It started with a simple conversation over breakfast. I told my wife Olivia that I wasn't comfortable with her going on a solo vacation with her male best friend. I wasn't angry. I wasn't controlling. I just expressed how any husband would feel. She didn't argue in private. Instead, she laughed, kissed my cheek, and said, "Relax. You're being insecure." I thought the conversation was over. I was wrong. That evening, I opened my phone and saw a screenshot sent by a friend. There she was, my wife, posting on Instagram and TikTok. Men really think they own you after marriage. My husband told me not to go on a trip with my best friend. Insecure men are exhausting. Thousands of likes, comments cheering her on, people calling me possessive, toxic, even abusive. She didn't mention I had always supported her. Paid for every trip, every dream. She just painted me as a villain to get validation. I didn't fight back. I didn't comment. I didn't text her. Instead, I sat in silence and looked at the woman I married and wondered when she became this person. A woman who would rather entertain strangers online than respect her husband's feelings. While she packed her bags with a smug smile, she said, "Don't wait up. I'll send you pictures from the beach." I smiled back and simply replied, "Sure, have fun." That night, while she slept peacefully beside her suitcase, I got to work. I wasn't going to yell or beg. I was done trying to prove my love to someone who treated it like a joke. I logged into our joint accounts and transferred my earnings into a private one. The house, my late father's, was in my name only. By sunrise, it was listed for sale to a buyer who had been waiting months for it. Every credit card she used cancelled. Her phone plan removed from my account. At 7 a.m., I left the house quietly. I didn't take much, just my documents, clothes, and dignity. I left her a note on the kitchen table. "You wanted freedom. I understand. This is mine." Then I walked out, closed the door, and didn't look back. At 9 a.m., the real estate agent arrived with the buyers. At 10 a.m., her card stopped working. By noon, she called me 17 times. I didn't answer. She took it to social media again, this time, not to mock me, but to ask, "Does anyone know if cancelling your wife's cards is illegal?" The same people who hyped her up yesterday went quiet. Some even commented, "Maybe he's done with being disrespected." Meanwhile, I posted one thing on my page for the first time in months. A picture of me holding a coffee on an empty balcony with a caption, "Freedom feels good." The post exploded. Her friends messaged me. Her mother called non-stop. Even her male best friend sent me a long paragraph about how I was ruining her life. I didn't reply to any of them because they weren't there when she laughed at me in front of millions of strangers. They weren't there when she traded a marriage for online applause. By the time she rushed home, the house was half empty. She stood in the driveway holding her phone, crying, screaming my name, but there was no answer because I had already moved into a small apartment across town. Peaceful, quiet, mine. She tried using her card to book a flight anyway, but her transaction was declined again and again. She finally came to my door 3 days later. No makeup, no sarcasm, no cameras, just tears. "I was joking," she said. "You took it too far." I looked at her for a long moment and replied, "No, Olivia, you did." She tried to come inside, but I didn't let her. Respect isn't something you beg for once it's gone. It's something you protect before it disappears. She said, "We can fix this." I asked, "Did you think of fixing it when you mocked me online when strangers laughed at me while you packed your bags for another man?" She went silent and for the first time, she understood. This wasn't anger. This was closure. I didn't scream. I didn't threaten. I handed her an envelope. Divorce papers. Her hands shook. "Please don't do this," I said softly. "You wanted to show the world you're independent. Now you can be fully." She sank to the floor in the hallway crying, but I walked away. Now every morning I wake up without checking if I'll be mocked online, without tiptoeing around someone who treats loyalty like a joke. And sometimes I still see her posts, but they're different now. No sarcasm, no bold statements, just quiet quotes about losing something you thought would never leave. And every time I sip my coffee on that same quiet balcony, I smile and whisper, "Freedom really does feel good."